getting the other video done. So this is my first semester back in person in 2 years with an hour commute each way, and frankly, it has been kicking my ass getting back to it. And I've had a lot of work to catch up on that we missed the past 2 years, so I have not gotten to do the video. I had the social media incident, which really blew my momentum for a couple of weeks trying to recover that. But I am going to get to it. The script is written. I've done a couple read-throughs of it, and hopefully, I was going to do it tonight, but I decided to do this. So, with my big announcement. Well, before I go further, I'm going to have a celebratory drink for my big announcement. If any of you have a drink and want to toast with me, that would be great. I will be opening up some clandestine Absinthe, one of my favorite drinks. Something that, for obvious reasons, I don't drink all the time, and despite mythology, it is not a drug. It is simply a very high-octane booze. I do not use sugar cubes. I do not light it on fire. The lighting on fire is a Portuguese nightclub thing. So I'll pour a little more than the ounce of absinthe because it's a celebratory night. And then we will pour some cold water in to loosh it. So here it goes. Now, if you have a dripper, you just let it drip very slowly. But I'm just going to pour it in. I only go to 2 to a 1-to-1 ratio, approximately. I don't like it too watered. I don't add sugar. I don't sweeten it. Some people do. This commercial absinthe these days are sweet enough. You don't need sugar. They're not the bitter herb cocktails of the old days. And again, this is clandestine from Switzerland. Sorry. It is one of the best absinthes out there. If you notice, it's not green. It's its natural clear color, which really distilled absinthe is. By high end, I mean it's not a cheap bottle. Not as much as some scotches that I've had the pleasure of tasting from friends, but it's probably the single most expensive thing in my collection. That's why it's only special occasions. Thanks, friends, for joining me for the announcement. My Vorjuna shirt, I feel like I should be drinking mead out of a horn, but we'll do the absinthe. A fitting kickoff to what is apparently going to be a year of being dedicated time to work on games. Well, hello. Hello, Hope's Flames X. Good to see you too. So I don't know if you heard the announcement. I don't know if you heard the announcement of my getting the year sabbatical to work on a game project, my game project. But I don't know if you were told that. You might have been told that by somebody. Maybe someone you live with. But so here we are. Cool. I didn't know if she got a chance to mention it or not. I don't know when she got home tonight or today during the day. So, yeah, that's why I decided to do this podcast. So about the launch of Fox and Boar. And again, I was working on the logo actually on Twitch last week. Yeah, seriously, I know. Well, she's asked me a couple times. Yeah, I have a couple other friends who were following me. And you know, I understand temperatures run hot. And I mean, like, my aunt was like, you should just quit if they don't give it to you. Look, that's not the way to approach this. I said, first of all, I can't afford to. Unless she would like to support me, you know, I really can't afford to. But I even had a couple friends who were like, you know, if they don't give you this. But, you know, there were 11 applicants. They only are supposed to give 3 by contract. They gave 5. They granted mine. They added an extra line because I agreed to do it for a year. So the year I get paid less for a year, but I get to stay home and work on a game and game projects. Like, you know, again, like I'm saying to my old school friends here, like whoever thought you'd ever get the opportunity to get paid to sit home and write a role-playing game or finish a role-playing game. So part of the pitch was that, of course, this game does take a little different approach than a lot of what's out there already. The first key kind of opinion of it is that it's very different from a lot of the RPGs that are out there. That it's not task, treasure, monster based. It's story based. If you've played the old White Wolf games, I don't know anything about the new White Wolf's world setting. I have heard there are some really train wrecky, cringy elements. I don't know anything about it. I've attempted to kind of avoid it. So if I'm gonna play, I'm gonna play with the 20th anniversary edition from a few years ago that has the rules that I've known for 20 years. But that it's very story and character based. Well, I know a few of you know Vampire because we've played it. At least four of you. PJ probably from when the game first came out, and Andy and Justin most recently. I don't know if Fuzz has played. I don't know who else is out there lurking. Hello, whoever you are. But one of the key opinions of Tales of the Harrowed Land is that it's very story based. And even the longest playtest I've run lasted almost 2 years, and it was this overland adventure with a cursed artifact, all the tropes you expect in sword and sorcery literature, but still it was very much about exploring the cultures and the characters that are met along the way, versus kill a monster and get its treasure and gain power. That's kind of what I wanted to take it away from. And as I've told people, you start out pretty kick-ass in this game. Yeah. Hi Mel, thanks. You are a weak character. You're not first level. I mean, you're going out there as a hero equivalent, maybe not quite Conan, but somebody of that potential stature, and you step out into this world with your notoriety, your reputation already in place. You are a hero out of the gate, so it's a different kind of game. It's also different because it is not set in a medieval European world. It is much older than that. It is rooted in our real world cultures and histories of the Fertile Crescent and the South Asian continent. It has I've been told, it has a very Persian, Akkadian, early Indian, as an Indian subcontinental feel to it. The races are by and large not white. They're not white people. They're not European. So there is this whole other interest that has kind of sprung up around this game, particularly among academics, in that I'm taking a different approach. And if